And this is the crude REST API using Django Python. First of all, I'll tell about the dependencies and the softwares that has been used in making the project. So these are the 5 dependencies which are written here. First of all, we need Python. The version I'm using is 3.6, and then I need pip. Pip is similar to Anaconda, and it's used to install the external repositories or external frameworks using the command line. Next, the framework which I am using is Django, and along with Django, as we have been told to, use crude REST API. So this is Django REST framework, which is to be installed while creating the application. And then we need SQLite database. We can use MongoDB database as well, but the adapter will be different. SQL database is inbuilt in Django, so there is no need to install externally SQLite database, but we need SQLite database browser to see the tables. Yeah. So these are the steps which is involved in creating the crude REST API project. It's pretty easy. The first of all, we need to create the application. It's the basics of Django. So first of all, it's Django admin start project. We need to create a project. Then next we need to create the app inside the project, which is nothing but the API we are making for. And all the business code of the API has been written in the music application. Then we create migrate. Migrate is used to create the database in the project, and then we are using then we will be making a super user of the database, so that we can get a recovery key for the database. And in case of a single point of failure, we can have a single user who can retrieve our database. So that's why we are making the admin, and there will be a choice of password, and we to give password twice. And then it's migrations. Then we'll be migrating the database, which means that we are committing the changes in the database. And the next we are doing migrate, and this is to commit the change of database changes in the whole project. Then there is a test file which is to check whether our crude application API is working or not, and this can be checked using a postman or directly using the server. And this is the last command, which is like we are using to run the server. Next, for the testing phase, there are basically 3 different methods. As I told about the postman, we can externally install the postman to see the guest get and the post requests. Or else there is the link. We can check it on the localhost admin portal, and we can see if we get the JSON and the XML file with the database. And then there is a login with the registered users. That is the users which will be creating. In my case, I am making an application programming interface for the music service, which means that I'll be giving music records and the artist tracks on the database. So yeah, so this is it in the introduction, and here we go with the project. So the project consists of basically 2 parts. One is the API part, and the other is the application part, which is music. And our API is not the real API; it is the setting file which has been created by the Django itself. And music is the real API which we have created. And DB SQLite is the database, and manage.py is the first file which has been called when we execute the server on the command line. So here is the music. I'll quickly show you the API. What API does is we'll be creating settings in the API, and settings consist of the REST framework and all the applications that we create. This API handles all the queries which is being generated in the local host, and this file settings.py have 2 names called the REST framework and the music, which is not the real thing which has been working. These are the applications name that we'll be creating, which means this can be included in any of the framework, which means the API can be installed on any application if they import this file and this file in their project. Yeah. So that's it. Rest, these are all the authentication processes and the session created projects which we've been directly given by the Django. And this is URLs part. There is single change in URLs. This is the basic admin page. And next we are giving a repath for the API, which is including the music.urls, and music is the name of my API. Yeah, that's it for the API. Now I'll be showing you the music, that is the real API. First of all, I'll show you the views. In views, we have a query set and a serializer class. I'll tell you what the serializer class means. Serializer class is nothing but same as we see in Java. Serialization means to get the data from the database or any saved objects sets and to convert it into a real-time environment. So which means that we are getting the data from the database and we are getting that data in the form of query set. And in Django or in any of the web frameworks, they don't understand the objects. So we need to convert these query sets into the JSON file or XML file, and this has been done by the serializer class. And since all objects have been imported, we will be converting those query set into the serializer class, and I'll show you quickly what is the serializer class too. So in our project, we are just taking the title and the name of the artist or the musician. So these are the fields, and the models are songs. Now I'll tell you what does the model means. In Django, models are nothing but the objects, or you can say the schema of the tables that we create in SQL database. So I'll tell you what the model have. Basically, I have just took two parameters, but this depends on the business that is been done on the API. So this is the title and the artist, and models have two fields. One is the title of the song, and another one is the artist. And the max length which I am taking is 255, and null is equal to false, which means we cannot have null value in title and artist. I mean, this is just a basic validation. We can This can be altered depending on the business of the API or any of the need which is being used for APIs. Next, I'll show you views. I have shown you views. I'll show you URLs. In Django, what we do is everything is been connected by the URL path. What we do is we give the path to every website or everything that we create, and this is the URL path. And songs is what I have created in our view and in our models, that these are the songs, and these songs are being given path in the URLs. So whenever we'll be having any CRUD operation on this framework, we'll initialize these values using these paths. Okay, so that's it. And there is one more thing, admin, and we'll be registering the API with the admin side. That's it. Next, I'll show you quickly how the server runs. First of all, I'll be running the server of Django, and run server is the command for it. Once the server is running, we'll be testing our application and we'll perform some CRUD operations on it. So yeah, system is checking the configurations of the server, and that's it. We get the server on, and next thing what we do is we check it using the Django site admin. This is the link to the site, but I have the username and password as admin and my password. I log in using admin, and next what we see is the page of the Django administrator. This page can be seen by a new normal user as well, which means a normal user can also perform these tasks. This is the music API that I have created, and songs is nothing but the application that I created in my Django app. So this is the songs, and the CRUD operation can be performed using add songs. We can do this using code as well. We can add this API to an HTML page, and then we can add songs indirectly. But I'll show you by directly adding these songs. So nothing. It's very simple. You can directly add the song. Just you can take it as XYZ, and the artist name can be triple P. And if you save it, the changes will be reflected in the database. That's it, the song is successfully added. In case of deletion, you can directly click any of the things that you want to delete, and that's it, you can delete it. Yeah, and these changes are non-committable, which means once you commit the changes, you cannot take it back, which means they'll be asking you twice that you want to delete it or not. Yeah, now I'll be coming. These are the delete and the retrieval of these can be done using views, and we can retrieve this data in our HTML page in the JSON form. And as I was saying, that we can delete the song and also add the song using the and retrieve it in the JSON form. So I will now quickly show you the JSON form in which the songs will be listed. So this is the API and the songs, and we can use I how I get it. I got it using the test thing that we have created, and as you can see that we get the form in the form of JSON, and it shows that the get head options are okay, and also the very is accepted. That which means that we can get the form data in the JSON form. As I showed you about the list of the songs, now I will be taking you to the database. And this is the structure of the database, which is in the SQLite format. And music songs is the name of the API that we have created, and there are three parameters, or we can say the three attributes, namely the ID, title, and the artist. And as we see in the browse table, so these are the names that we have given to the title and the artist. And another table that I want to show is the authentication user, and this is the table which contains all the users in the database, and the emails and the first name and the last name, and all those which are not compulsory have been given in the database. And one important factor is that these are in the SHA-256 encrypted format, which means this is secure enough. And last and not the least, this is I'll show you my GitHub repository. This is my GitHub repository, and the name is MusicService REST API Django Framework. And here you can get my code. That's it. And don't forget that these are the steps. And first of all, you need to install the dependencies, and then you can get to the steps that are involved in these project formation. And the testing can be done using these two. And there is one more thing, that is we can always do this using manage test.py. And to see the JSON format, we can go to this link, the name of the API, and I'll put on this. That's it. Thank you for watching.